Hello, this is Cynical Sage, and what you're watching is a video of the first level of Perfect Dark, which was on Nintendo 64 and came out in the year 2000. Now, back then, Perfect Dark was probably the best of the best graphic-wise, especially Nintendo 64. It was also one of the last games to come out, which is probably why. The controls, the gameplay are very fluent. You go through them with ease, you learn very quickly, and there's always something different all the time. I mean, when you stop the video at the beginning, if you stop it, enemies appear in different places, and you're always having some kind of surprise. I think my favorite weapon of the game is the silencer, just because it's very spy-like, and I love how in this one, the characters talk, and some that I know prefer GoldenEye over this, and I go, why? This one actually stepped up the blood and stepped up, the voices. When you shoot people in different areas of the body, they do different things, so many different moves, and it feels real, feels like you're really there. And another thing was good about this, see how you can switch to a pistol whip form? You can switch back and forth different functions of a weapon, which comes in useful ways later on. That's probably the worst sound coming out of someone who's dying, is the bullet through the throat. Now, the big trick that I've learned about this game is moving around. I mean, if you miss someone and they're about to shoot you, just move right behind them and blast them. In this room, pillars also, you learn to use your surroundings very well in this game. Because the enemies, although sometimes actually very smart on the perfect mode, they still are quite dumb, and they'll just stand and shoot in an open area, so you have the luxury of hiding behind other objects. See the blood splatter on the wall? I mean, it's pretty crazy, this game. And people always say, Nintendo is not gore and all this and that, but as you can see, the blood stays there. I mean, some bodies do disappear, but the blood will pretty much stay there unless you got a massacre going on. And again with the throat and the bullet thing. And that guy's tough right there. Now, in the perfect agent mode, you have to do this objective where you take this guy hostage and you walk him up to the upstairs. And you always have to shoot him. There's no other way around it. I don't think there is. Now what I do over here, something I've learned, is before you go up with him in the other elevator, always hit that elevator, so then you're not waiting forever for the other elevator to come back up when you need to go all the way back down. I kind of only like to replay the first 3 levels and then a few other levels within the game. I mean, I think there's at least maybe 20 levels in the game, and I don't know, it gets kind of crazy. This game is actually about aliens and stuff later on, and I prefer the first 3 levels for sure. They're fun. They're still fun after 7 years.
Right, I'm in.
And you can kill this guy. Doesn't matter after he's done his job. Now, what you saw on the screen there is where I held down the A button and your inventory showed up. Oh, and see how the elevator is right up there? It's not all the way down at the bottom floor, because you wait a long time. But anyway, you can hold down A, and I think it's just kind of like the top list of your weapons. If you have more than 10 weapons or so, or 10 items, you won't be able to see them on that quick menu, but it's very useful. Glass also really helps when shooting enemies, because it takes they can't really shoot through the glass in the game. They can shatter it, but they don't shoot through it to you, so it's still an object in their way. But you can shoot through it, so see? And then hiding, and like in this room, you gotta be careful about using anything other than a silencer, because the room next door, sometimes they can hear you, and then they all come out, and then you're stuck in this room, and then it gets a little harder. Whereas right now, I'm just gonna go right into the room, and see how, watch this, I'll open the door, shut it, and then open, shut it, repeatedly. And there's 2 people there. I thought they were not dead. And that's pretty much it to the level.